students, welcome to Political Science class. Second part of Standard 9th Political Science lesson number 2, India's Foreign Policy. In the first part, we learnt about meaning and importance of foreign policy, national interest and foreign policy. In short, we can say we have preliminary information about foreign policy. In this video, we are going to learn objectives of India's foreign policy, a review of India's foreign policy. India's foreign policy. India's foreign policy has been influenced by the ideas of peace and tolerance which come from our ancient history. The Indian culture teaches us that the whole world is like a family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This is expressed through our foreign policy. The principles of international peace and understanding which emerged from India's freedom struggle have also influenced our foreign policy. On 15th August 1947, India got her independence. As an independent nation, it was necessary for India to decide her own foreign policy. So, we are going to proceed with this India's foreign policy. See, the broad framework is laid down in Article 51 as under. To promote international peace and security, to maintain just and honorable relations between nations, to foster respect for international law and treaty obligations in the dealings of organized people with one another, to encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. See, arbitration. So that means use of an arbitrator to settle a dispute. Arbitrator means an independent person or body officially appointed to settle a dispute. Means after gaining independence, India started formulating her own independent foreign policy, protecting the independence of the nation and preserving our territorial integrity are the basic objectives of our foreign policy. Article 51 of the Directive Principles of the Constitution of India guides us about how we should conduct our international affairs and transactions. This article states us the principles of our foreign policy. The related objectives are to ensure that the defense and security of India is not affected, not to compromise about the geographical boundaries of the nation, to protect the unity and integrity of the country, to protect the interest of India's citizens living in other countries with the help of Indian embassies, to establish economic and commercial relations with other countries for achieving economic development of India. These were the objectives of India's foreign policy. India's foreign policy. First stage, early phase. Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru shaped India's foreign policy of non-alignment. He opposed colonialism through India's foreign policy. See, colonialism. Colonialism means some countries conquer the territories of other countries on the basis of their strength and establish their dominance over that region. This is called colonialism. So, opposition to colonialism is a characteristic feature of India's foreign policy. He took an internationalist position and gave priority to global peace and security. India relies on the methods of negotiations and dialogues to resolve international issues. The acceptance of a policy of peace does not mean being passive. Rather, it is a concrete efforts at establishing peace in the world. India's foreign policy aimed at self-reliance. Means after Second World War, two superpowers two superpowers emerged, America and Soviet Union. They had their friend countries as allies. But India's first PM, Pandit Nehru, unanimously decided to stay non-aligned and have good relations with all the countries. And he opposed colonialism and strongly supported internationalism, which was for betterment of the mankind. It also helped in making of self-reliant nation. For example, to become self-reliant nation needs to have technologies and industrial development. Just like now our Indian government is focusing on making India campaign so that you need not to depend on other country. India decided to improve relations with countries in Asia. Efforts were made to increase cooperation to achieve development. This concept of regional development later expanded to include the countries of Africa. This Afro-Asian unity found expression in the concept of non-alignment. In order to achieve development of nation, we need to push our priorities and requirements like roti, kapra and makan, medicines, etc. This could be achieved by making more friendly countries of Asia and Africa, who were also at this initial phase of independence. Number 6, peace and freedom became the fundamental principles of non-aligned policy. This helped in highlighting India's views of peace and freedom and maintain non-alignment. The policy of non-alignment enabled India to get help from both the superpowers, America as well as the Soviet Union. The technology required for strengthening India's defense was imported from the Soviet Union, France, and West Germany. These views of maintaining non-alliance helped us in achieving defense technology from Soviet Union, France and West Germany. Here Germany and Soviet Union were from opposite allies, still they helped India. In this period, wars between India and Pakistan on the Kashmir issue took place in 1947-48 and 1965. In 1971, Pakistan broke apart and independent Bangladesh was created. By 1965, India had two wars with Pakistan on Kashmir issues, and in 1971, Pakistan, due to its wicked policy, split into parts and Bangladesh was created. India too supported Bangladesh to get free from the clutches of Pakistan. This event we learnt in the history second lesson. Okay. In the decade of 1970s, India has risen as powerful regional power in South Asia by conducting nuclear tests in 1974. India had also proved her nuclear capability. Further, India was able to build itself as a powerful regional power in Asia. In 1974, India conducted its first nuclear test and showed the world that it is completely self-reliant in the matter of defense. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation means SAARC was established to increase cooperation among South Asian countries. India took lead in, in formation of SAARC nations, which was for South Asian Association for Regional Development. This helped in building up a strong force in making decisions on world platform. Building up a strong force in making decisions on world platform, just like interest of our South Asian regions were made possible on world forum, just like global warming and peacekeeping, etc. India initiated a dialogue to improve relations with China. India always believes in developing relations. In that process, we always have talks with our neighboring nations like China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, etc., which helped in developing peace and harmony and economy development. India also started interactions with America for cooperation in the field of security. Similarly, India worked out its interest by interaction with America regarding security matters. India's foreign policy from 1991 till date. India adopted free market economy and reduced control over economy. In the foreign policy, priority was accorded to economy, trade, education and technology. There was an increase in trade with neighboring countries and India's share in the world trade increased. By 1990, India had achieved its defense capability and hence was ready further to focus on economic, environmental and friendly developments in the world. In 1991, World Trade Organization was formed for developing free market worldwide. Earlier, Indians feared that the superior Western products might temper their market and feared of losing the business. But still, Indian government was confident and supported world free trade. And in turn, it turned to be fruitful in favor of India. Indian products like textile, information technology, IT sector, medicines, etc. were appreciated worldwide and the economy boomed. Because foreign currency flew towards India, while Indians were able to get electronic gadgets, crude oils at cheap and good quality easily. This helped Indian trades with neighboring as well as all countries worldwide. And because of this, there was increase in India's economic growth rate. After 1990, the relations with the Southeast Asian countries and their association ASEAN have improved. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations is a regional intergovernmental organization comprising 10 countries in Southeast Asia, means ASEAN, which promotes intergovernmental cooperation and facilitates economic, political, security, military, educational, and socio-cultural integration among its members and other countries in Asia. Trade with Israel, Japan, China, and European Union also increased. India participated in the deliberation of G20 and BRICS. By then, India had achieved its heavy weight in global decision making, resulting in India being a member of international deliberation of G20 and BRICS. See, the meaning of G20 and BRICS has been learnt in the history lesson number 2. Relations with America have improved. There was increase in mutual trust in the international community. The status of India was elevated. The international community too realized the market value of Indian market and were interested in developing relations with India. India's nuclear policy. India undertook the nuclear energy program immediately after independence. Department of Atomic Energy and Atomic Energy Commission were established. The generation of electricity being the main purpose, India wanted to create nuclear capability. India conducted first nuclear test in 1974 and second nuclear test in 1998. India has developed nuclear missiles and its air force and the navy have been enabled for carrying them. Thus, India has become a nuclear state. See, after independence, India immediately undertook its nuclear energy program. Dr. Homi Bhabha was the first chairman of Indian Atomic Energy Commission. Developing of electricity capabilities was the one of the main goals in developing nuclear energy. But at the same time, proving its nuclear defense capacities was also a major need. India conducted its first nuclear test in 1974. India has now made nuclear weapons, missiles carrying nuclear weapons, which confirmed India's defense securities. India strongly believes in defending its geographical territories and not interested in attacking or developing colonialism. So, India always stands in support of disarmaments and keeping peace and security in the world. So, this is all about India's foreign policy. So, I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you so much.